Ooh, I know we got time. Okay, yeah, so I've just been listening to music. That's quite a long time. Be careful, you're doing so many health problems and working so hard on yourself out of balance because you'll develop an ego about it, lol, and you don't want that. Do you? I don't know. I've been thinking about yin yang, the opposites, in life, right? That balance, basically the balance, guys, the balance, like that beautiful balance. And I feel like I'll just be mind. I'm pretty excited today. Taking a load of clean slate, got my heavy metals test done, sent off. So there we go, heavy metals on the clean slate. That's cool. What else? I just got my music back. I've been procrastinating on paying money to buy a new MP3 player, so I've been listening to some cool music from last year. That's pumped me up, got me stoked. But I've been thinking generally about yin yang, the opposites, how we heal, and people, and like me, and like what happens when you work on too many health protocols. When you do too many health protocols, especially at the beginning when you're new to something, at first there's the excitement, and then there's the doing loads of shit. And then when you're doing loads of shit and working on yourself so hard, um, doing all the protocols under the sun, the health protocols, the emotional protocols, the spiritual stuff, wake up, spend 5 hours meditating, do your fucking namastes and burn your sage and then pray to Ganesh and all this shit that we're doing. Like, the thing is, that's cool, yeah, to spend your life devoted to that. But the problem with doing that, especially if we're growing up in the Western world, is it will develop somewhat of an ego around it. And then it's your duty after you have the ego, because you've invested so much time and you recognize you're so different to the matrix out there because of how you spend your time so long doing so many health protocols, right? Cheers to him, man. That you develop an ego over it. And then you get people that have a lot of great information. And by the way, I like people like this. I'm not criticizing them. It's not what I want to be in the future, but I don't mind them. But I get the information from them, but I recognize on Facebook and when I meet them in real life, you see in real life, they're just very extreme and they're just, what's the word for it? Ungrounded, not down to earth, not humble, or try to be but can't really be because of the amount of protocols they're doing and dedicated to 24/7, which gives them an ego about it. So they think they're superior to the normal people. When really, the whole point, if you're going to do that and dedicate your life to doing 1,000 health protocols under the sun, is for your highest vibration so that you can help the vibration of the collective, not just the people that don't do the shit you do, who you think you're now better than because you're doing all the health protocols under the sun, if that makes any sense, right? We don't do all the health protocols under the sun to what you're doing that for. You're doing it for you so that it helps everyone in the collective, and that includes the people that don't care about the things that we don't care about, right? Just as much, so we can have that force field of shield protection, inspiration, and plant seeds in everybody. Hopefully, you'll know when people know when to step out the matrix, not to spend too much time with the right people. But I don't know. Is this a moan? I don't know what it is, but it's like I see people that get stuck in that area, dare I say, forever. Particularly gurus on Facebook, who are gurus in real life. Some of them just get stuck. Ostentatious, great word, David. Yeah. You admire their knowledge, but how do I say it? Sometimes it's not even about how much you know; it's about how much you care. And some people, when they're doing so many things, um, it gives them an ego, which makes them feel superior a lot of the time from other people, and it's not really why we're here. Are we here to feel superior to other people because we work on 1,000 therapies under the sun, whether that be emotional, spiritual, physical? Are we really here for that? Or are we really here to become a highest vibration, ultimately, so that we can have a taste of maybe, I don't know, ego dress rehearsal before we die, a little bit lessening of the ego, a bit of softening of the ego. So we do all the health programs under the sun for the primary reason, ultimately, to lower the ego, not to make it bigger, to lower it. That could work too, can it not? Like to work on your health protocols up so that you can lower your ego and realize and have a more closer connection to your gratitude of how far you've come and gratitude for who you are and more connection with the people outside, because ultimately we are all one in this universe. It's a complicated topic. I'd love to know people's opinions on it. I just see extreme examples now and again, and I can think of them in my head, and I won't name them. People that just have, you can tell how they interact, who they are now, is all the health protocols under the sun and all the knowledge they've attained, which is very cool. Because if you do a lot of health protocols under the sun, it does make you a warrior and it does give you an insane amount of knowledge. So you can look up to them for the knowledge, but I don't look up to them for the heart. That makes any sense. I look up to them for the knowledge they've acquired or the heart actually to do all the health protocols under the sun, but then the heart has to be softened, and it can't be because some people get stuck in it. Like, look, the more time you, the more it's a paradox. The more time you invest in something, the more of an ego you're going to get out of it. But then it's your job to like kind of tame that ego down ultimately, because the ego's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You are here to help people, and I don't think it's best served to help people when we think we're better than other people by doing all the things. And of course, the more you do and the more knowledge you acquire, the more you feel like you're better than other people. You can't be real with other people. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I don't know if I stumbled, mumbled, flowed, whatever. Just giving my opinion. One thing I do know is I do explain things really simply. Even if I do speak too fast sometimes, just a simple brain through my own wisdom. And I know what I don't want to be when I'm older. So that's why I relate the knowledge to you. And I know that a lot of people are the same as me, because ultimately humans, even though we live in different bodies, and it'll freak me out to be inside your body, psychedelic kind of experience, we do have the same ups and downs and flows and traumas and shit. Not everyone has the same unique stuff, but the pains of life. There ain't no you running away from the pain of a loved one of ours dying, or having our hearts broken in a relationship. These things can't be avoided. They bring us together, man, and ultimately we are all together. So just be wary of developing that ego, that know-it-all attitude through doing everything under the sun. Humbleness, man. Like, Jesus, you want a groundedness, go outside in the matrix and deal with your family. People that don't like you, that don't understand who you are, go and deal with them. You want groundedness. You can't be aloof if you're hanging around people that don't perceive you as you really are. That will keep you grounded more than anything, actually. More than anything to keep you grounded is hanging around people that don't understand who you actually are. That will keep you grounded. Because then you have to see ways to give value to these people that you care about without being your true self. There's other ways around it, and that will keep you. And I feel like the gurus out there that don't, that go and do every protocol under the sun, extreme shit, extreme shit. I've got an ego because I'm the best. If they don't say it, you can feel it on the messages on the Facebook and how they're talking and all the interactions, and if you go meet them, they need to be around the matrix lot a little bit more. That stops delusion, and it comes back to spiritual bypassing. One way to stop spiritual bypassing, I feel, is to go and ground yourself and get around real people. Actually, it's a complicated topic because I think that some people are going to spiritually bypass anyway. Can't be helped. They'll come back here again and repeat the cycle until they stop lying to themselves and spiritually bypassing. Hey, Vivian. Yes, exactly. It is exciting to watch people grow and transform. It's humbling and crazy, because if you're being real, there ain't many people like us that have done this 180, 360 transformation growth journey. Slow journey. It's really slow, but it's really fun too. Like, it's really fun, really awesome, and it's got to be slow because of the brain. It doesn't change overnight. I can speak from the amount of negativity that I pounded myself with non-stop self-talk. A shocking amount of negativity. Shocking amount of negativity. Really, really horrible self-talk to myself, to other people, but really to myself. And it's taken ages just to get over the first layer. So it's breaking up a bit. Shit. So yeah, it's taken ages for me to break through the first layer, where I don't normally give myself most of the time, 90% of the time, the first level of bullshit self-talk, and I'm way more positive. But of course, there's endless learning like the onion. I'm sure I've got negative self-talk at the subconscious level that I actually do know, because when I take psychedelics, all the shit that I didn't even know that's still in me is inside there. But at least I'm getting there and I'm improving. So it is slow. It is a long journey. And coming back to the yin yang I posted about, that's what makes life fun in duality: learning, growing, coming up. Because nothing in this world is stagnant. In this, okay, yes, we are infinite and all that stuff, but right now, to me and you watching this, it doesn't feel infinite. We're getting some pleasure, we're getting some happy hormones, we're coming up in health, we're coming up in excitement, we're sharing with each other, we're sharing space when we have friends and we make us laugh. What are those going on? There's improvements, the hormones are going, right? The oxytocin, everything. Do you know what I mean? Everything in duality is relationships, friendships, learning, watching, growing. That's what makes life fun. The Matrix people have got some kind of weird, twisted, and it's not their fault, it's the system, version of their growing, where they're getting instant gratification through porn, music, alcohol, drugs, as extreme examples of that. It's still the same, though, at heart. We live in duality, and we are entitled to not be so negative about it. It's great to grow, to learn, to become a better person, to become more kind, to work on our health, to improve your health, to work on your brain, to change neuroplasticity, to change how you think, how you see the world, to come from half empty to half full. just to transform, it's actually fucking magical. And that's the most coolest thing in the world, growing. And with your power, your increased power, inspiring people that trust and know you, even if you just have few friends, it doesn't matter. It's for you. Your growth is for you. It's for you because you live inside your body. No one else lives inside your body. That's what's fun about it. When you start getting happier inside you get the benefits because you're happier inside you. You know what it's like to feel like shit, complete shit. And most of you watching this really do because you've been broken enough to actually go out and transform yourself, whereas most of the people out there live in some kind of happy medium of not really happy, but not unhappy enough to do anything about it. Whereas I can speak for me and for you guys too, probably, that it was a really dark place, and that's what wakes us up. So that's cool, and that's what I'm grateful for, because, yeah, I don't know what my life would have been like if I hadn't changed. Actually, I do know I wouldn't be here, first of all, and I just wouldn't be here. So there we go. I was do or die. I'd fucking change. Go for it, full on. And it takes time. I mean, just make and start the progress, because that's the hardest part, by the way, the first step. Just the hardest part. Just making that decision and going, okay, enough's enough. Life can't carry on like a fucked up, weird guy that's, you know, never going to be in a relationship, but beyond that, never going to have any close friends and guy friends, because he was just weird. So there we go. That was it for me. And I'm happy. So there we go. I've gone all over the place. There's a ton of, be careful when you're doing so many health programs and working so hard on yourself without balance, because you will develop an ego about it. That's the title, but it's so true. Check yourself. Humble yourself. We're all gonna die, and we all have egos. Understand that. I love watching when I recognize other people having egos on Facebook, because I do too. And sometimes you think you're the only person that has a big ego and feels this way and gets butthurt when, I don't know, someone ignores you. Someone doesn't like your post. On purpose, they're trying to be manipulative. You think, oh, they're trying to be manipulative, that hurt. Oh, yep, and you think you're the only one. Nah, we all go through the same shit. That's a nice reminder for you guys to leave with. Anything you think is just you, like a little bit of pain, a lot of pain. I mean little pains on Facebook, little pains on social media, someone ignores you. Oh, but big ones too. But the little ones, all those things, you think it's just you. No, 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 no. If someone was going in your shoes, they'd feel the same pain as you. We all have these moments. Life is tough, but that's what makes life beautiful. Come back to the yin yang. You don't fucking grow, become awesome, in my opinion, unless you've been through a lot of pain. The darkness is what shows us the light. You have to. And literally, all the personalities and the people I love, you guys, even me, like, we have awesome personalities, and the reason why, and the way, awesome personalities, all ways of seeing the world, high vibe, physical health protocols, emotional health, whatever, man. Like, it's all awesome, and the real reason why is just because of what you've been through. It's woken you up. And that's the real reason why you're awesome. So there. All right, I'll leave you. I love you. Have a lovely day, and as this lady behind me is doing, namaste. Peace.